Back again, day 2 of the special edition of Analysts After Work after the virtual conference for BA Times, PM Times. We're expecting a couple other people. They're probably just wrapping up right now, but we've got Sabi and Hans with me, Vince, today. Gentlemen, what's going on?
Buddy, amazing day today. I wasn't expecting like 600 folks. I don't know if you knew about it. Like 600 folks? That's a lot of people,
Yeah. So Amy told me that there was like over 1,000 registered.
Wow.
So I mean, that means 300 people paid and then didn't show up. That's even like when you think about it that way.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
But yeah, at the peak in my session this morning on enterprise analysis, I think we hit like 750, 780.
Huh.
It was like it was big.
Yeah. Yeah.
So today, like I am yesterday when I did this, I just had water. I was very chill. Like I am well, first question, you guys have both been on the show. You know the first question. I am back into my Spanish brandy because like today I did 2 sessions and then this. And so
wow.
and good timing because the second session ended at 3:00 with the amazing Jamie Champagne, who just joined us.
What a perfect time for
Good
Jamie
timing.
to join.
Aloha.
Aloha.
So neither confirm or deny anything in here, okay? Because my clock is earlier than your clock.
It's 10:00 for you, so like it's cool. But no, I was just saying how yesterday when I did this, I was just drinking water and just like I was chill. I've done 2, like Jamie and I. So we did our thing. We finished at about 3, and then she was like, "Do you want to talk?" I'm like, "No, I need a nap. I'm tired. It's the introvert. Like, just I needed to nap, and I do that even when we're live.
Yeah.
But it's also been like I think Chicago was the last event I did, sort of like this in this style,
Right.
and that was what 4 months, 5 months ago, 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Where did Hans go?
Yeah, I say hello. I was so excited to see him.
Yeah.
He's
Okay. You know what? He'll drop off. We'll bring him back. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm playing the virtual hide and seek.
Oh, jeez.
You just didn't like your position. You did not want to be in the bottom right corner because that felt like last, didn't you?
Yeah.
You wanted to move around, so you weren't in the bottom right and get a higher priority.
I don't know if I can move you guys, but like, whatever.
I am playing whack-a-mole with different technical issues in every aspect of my life this week. And I am burnt out trying to solve problems. So I'm going to whack-a-mole one more time and rejoin in Firefox to see if I can get everything working. And if not, I'll come back and I'll put Post-it notes on with your pictures so I can see everyone.
Well,
my apologies.
You know what we look like, so like
you don't need
it's fine.
We just need a picture of you.
Yeah.
It's more fun. It'll be more fun for me. So I will have this resolved within 2 minutes.
Okay. Well, while we're waiting, then Sabi, what are you rocking today?
buddy, my favorite, kombucha.
Oh, geez.
Hey, that's good stuff. It's just full of sugar.
I know,
It's
but
good
like,
stuff.
but cheers, kombucha.
Sugar, 9 grams. It's all right. I can take 9 grams. Come on.
You're a young man. Like you can. You're indestructible. You can do anything you want.
I can run 5 miles and I will burn it like that in my
There
dream.
you go.
In my dream.
Yeah,
There you go.
Vince is not fun. That is not fun. The
No.
5 mile thing, no, not fun. I can say
No.
that.
And Jamie, tea.
Yep. Green tea.
Okay, and respect. And coming into the stream,
Hey, there he is.
fresh off the
Hello.
closing keynote, Mr. Apprentice.
Hello, how are you?
What's going on?
Hey, Paul. Paul.
And Paul's there. Hey.
No one here. I'm just having dinner
At 3 o'clock?
at the microwave.
Oh, but it's 3 o'clock. All right. You know what?
It's a pandemic. He eats all the time.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Well, and it looks like everyone else is joining in the fun. Gina, who was killing it yesterday with the comments, not drinking today because she has Zumba. So Gina,
still very witty though.
Tremendous, but like she was on fire yesterday with the comments. So hopefully without the bourbon, Gina, we still get some fire. But I get it. I understand. So Bob.
Personally, I need a bourbon after that keynote. So
yeah,
okay.
You get a drink for that one, Bob.
How did it? I missed it, but how did it?
Well, hitting a gazillion people over the head that you have cancer is kind of a dramatic thing to do to them. So
yeah,
I think it went as well as it could. Certainly, the outpouring of love and everything that came back, and made it very clear: don't treat me any different. I know Vince won't treat me any different.
No, I mean, so we partner on things with the Uncommon League. I've known for a while. You like when it came in, it was one of those moments where it was like I don't know how. I needed time to like think about how to answer. And that was, you said that to me too. It was like, don't treat me any different. Like, oh no, I'm still gonna be a pain in your ass. but it's like it thank you for letting me know. And like, I felt touched. Cause we all have gotten to know each other. I think of you guys. And I said this when you were on the show a couple weeks ago, like you were one of the first people that I followed when I got into the BA space. So, like just the fact that we get to work on things together is incredible. But I'll still be. I can't to bring in the talk with Jamie. Like I still have to be me, and I'm a pain in the ass. So you're going to still get that till the end.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want it any other way.
Good.
Actually, isn't that why he likes us though? He likes us because we're us. He doesn't like us because we cater to just what Bob wants to hear, right? Like that's why we like our friend.
Right. Exactly.
I don't want fake people. I want real people who can sling the mud and clean the poop up. And we know Vince has 2 little girls, and you've got a baby, Jamie.
Oh, we should show you the poop calendar. Yeah, you want the poop calendar that we gotta see? So we go she in the potty and we get the sticker. She's actually learned her days of the week because that's when she puts the sticker on which day of the week it is on the poop calendar.
Wow.
So
I get so excited hearing about analysts who have children because I know they're going to grow up to be so much smarter than the rest of us.
Oh yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
I mean,
totally.
Jen's children are proof of that. They all do Kanban boards at like age 10.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the one just created his own video game. He's 14.
Yeah. Yeah. My daughter. Yeah. About 4 years ago, my daughter is now 13. When she was 9, I was like, hey, it's summertime. Let's do a project. And she was like, okay, I will create a Trello board. I was like, what? 4 years ago, she created a Trello board for her project saying, these are the tasks which we're going to do. And this is where I need your help. So Bob, you're absolutely right. They're way ahead.
So freaking cool.
Yeah. But they'll never appreciate the stickies. Like you don't need a Trello board. You just need stickies and a marker.
Oh, no. My best toy for what was she, 9 months old, 10 months old? Give them a bunch of sticky notes. Those are the coolest toys. Are you kidding? They stick, and they were like, my poor kid was playing with sticky notes for her first toys.
To Mary Beth, yes. Here, raise a glass.
Oh yes.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
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 Thank you, Mary Beth.
So, I didn't want to ask. I had a feeling this is when that was going to drop, but I wasn't sure. And now I regret taking the nap instead of coming to the keynote. But I needed a nap.
No, and a few other people asked me about it too, and I was like, well, you're already in the know. Why go through that again? It's kind of I was going to make a joke, and honestly, when you're in the moment, things go in a different direction. But I was like, it's time for a coming out story, and a lot of people would be like, Bob, that ship sailed a long time ago.
Yeah.
I was just saying that.
But it's a different coming out story.
Yeah.
And it's honestly it's a big burden lifted off of my shoulders to just get that out of the way, because I can focus more on now what I need to do versus just does that person look like I had something in my beard. This camera's doing something weird to me here.
Well, blame it on Vince. He has all the tricks in his.
I've got nothing.
Yeah,
I've got
sure.
nothing.
And he would do it to me too.
Yeah.
I would. But no, I've got nothing.
It's like anyone that has that secret, right? And you don't want it. You can't share the secret, and then you need to share the secret, and you feel so much better when the secret's shared, as long as you share it appropriately and not betray someone's trust. That kind of stuff. So it's I just need people to get past it. Plus, I want to be a role model for how to treat people with cancer. Don't sit around there on eggshells and stuff. That's not what we want. Relate to us. We're still human. We'll have all the same, issues and everything else that goes on, just a little more complicated.
Well, and the thing that I had said to you when you first told me, and we were going back and forth in text, was like, to me, you've always been working on the legacy of Bob Prentice and Bob the BA. Like, I know you're trying to get away from that brand, but like that, it's always been about Well, but you know what I mean? Like, it's been about legacy and like bringing other people along on the journey. And so now it was just a matter of, okay, well, you have to step that up. You have to accelerate that, because you've always been doing it, and now you've got to do it more. And I'm going to just put a little twist on that, because I often get kind of shy about the word legacy. Other people might see it as a legacy. I don't see it as a legacy. I just see it as doing what's right to do, what we should be doing. Why are they different?
Because some people look at the word legacy and they try really hard to build a legacy. And I don't believe that a legacy is built by your predetermined actions when you want it to be a legacy. I think that gets a little condescending. And I've known people that they go, well, I'm the expert. You should come to me. I've built this legacy kind of attitude. And I'm like, no. No one is worth more than anyone else because you have this legacy. So that's the only reason why I get sensitive. I get where you're coming from, though. Yeah.
So just to like my definition and where I'm saying, it's the stuff you leave behind.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And I just want to know that the stuff I leave behind is as true as I know it to be. And I hope that it makes a difference in people's lives. And if it does, then it will carry forward, and it will carry forward through you people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To Bob.
I'll drink to that one.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, buddy.
Well, here's a good question about that, because I always laugh that, people, they whine about not being valued at their job. You're valued when you leave. They're like, oh, Jamie's gone. She did all that. She was all awesome on that. Like you say, to the point, I didn't plan to build a legacy, but apparently I just worked really hard and did a good job. And it's like, oh, but they never appreciated you until you left and realized what you did. So it's like, that's what people always ask. How do you get appreciated where you are now? Right. And, it's funny because sometimes the biggest comment on that is just switch and go where you're loved. Like, go hang out with people like Amy and stuff.
And how sad is that you actually don't get recognized and recognition until you make that decision to depart. And that's when all the people in your organization want you to stay. Like, what an ass backwards approach.
Yeah.
Like, it's so
we're not
stupid.
artists, right? We're not artists. You should love us while we're creating the work, while we're building it, enjoying it, not just delivering it and no longer can ever duplicate it.
Right, because like the threat of I'm leaving shouldn't say, oh, what can we do to keep you? Like, you should be answering that question constantly.
Yeah.
What can I do to make my people stay?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And if you're not doing that, like you're missing an opportunity. And especially in this new world of mobility, nobody is going to be limited to where they can work based on geography. Mm-hmm. Jamie, I could get a job with an organization in Hawaii.
I have jobs open for you right now. Anyone? Seriously, on YouTube
so
right now, I have jobs. Please.
I would work from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m., 9 to 5, and great. That's like the mobility is gone, and so the mobility is being expanded, and that restriction is gone. So the organizations that are going to attract the best talent are the ones that that want to keep you, that strive to keep you, not just bring you in, but then keep you there.
Yeah. So Vince, what about, once the things go back to the normal, hopefully we find a vaccine and everything, do you still see that mobility will still be
Yes.
all around?
Yeah, no, there is no back to normal. Like there's going to be a new norm, and I said this in my enterprise analysis one this morning. There's not gonna, if we go back to the way it was, we screwed up, because we've missed an opportunity to actually change how we do business. You don't need to be in the office. Bob, you're like dying to say something.
Yeah,
so
well,
what?
I'm already living this with some of my clients.
Right.
And they have already told me that when they put people back to work is only going to be when COVID has been cleared or a vaccine has been reached. And when they do come back to work, only 50% of their workforce is going back into buildings, and they're going to be selling the rest of the real estate on.
Right.
That's the new normal. And it's happening with a ton of companies. They're already being forward thinking. Now, what they haven't thought about is what do they do with that real estate that they can't sell because everyone's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And there's going to be, the whole market's going to change. And it's not, just, it is what it is. But it's there's impacts to that, but it is the new normal.
Yeah.
But commercial investors will be, like, anybody that owns the properties will be in trouble. The food courts that support, and all the businesses that support, they will be, but they will have to pivot. They will have to adjust, because we're not going back.
Yeah, it's interesting. We spent, about $200 million in renovate City of Portland's building recently. And we brought everybody into the building. I think the last wave was supposed to be February. And we did this all open plans, and everything. And now shut down everything. And now you have to spend all that money to say, okay, that's not going to work. That open space plan is not going to work. So how are we going to reset the building? It's crazy times.
Well, and so Jimmy makes the comment, and Jimmy, for some reason, decided he wasn't gonna attend yesterday because he was fancy. But Jimmy makes a valid point. Like, I'm talking about like financial institutions, government institutions, like people that are in the knowledge economy. You can't do like construction from home. You can't. You can't. Like, those industries are going to go back. They have to.
But what is to say about that, though, is that every industry will have a new normal.
Correct.
Yes.
It's no one's going back to the exact same way.
Yeah.
They shouldn't.
No.
They shouldn't.
Yeah. So Hans was on there briefly. I liked it when Hans was on because all the pictures got smaller and I lost 5 pounds.
He's
20 more boxes. I'll get to my ideal weight.
Yeah, he's playing hide and seek today with the technology.
Hans is playing hide and seek.
Yeah.
Is it whack-a-mole? I like his description of whack-a-mole with his technical issues.
Well, I feel like it's time for Kids in the Hall, because now it's so much easier. I can crush your head.
Crush your head. Wow, little Canadiana reference there. I like that.
I was into Canadian television shows long ago.
Oh, listen, my friend. We grew up in elementary school on Degrassi. It was called the Kids of Degrassi Street. Before it was cool. Like, it was a terrible show. It was bad.
What was it about? I have no clue about that.
The Kids of Degrassi Street.
Degrassi Junior High, they upped the production value.
Exactly.
And that's when it got, I don't want to say sexy when you're talking about a show with kids in junior high, but you know what I mean?
That's when Drake was on, and that's like...
No, he was in second generation.
Was he? Oh,
Joey
okay.
Jeremiah was Degrassi.
Joey Jeremiah went to my high school.
I went to Joey Jeremiah's birthday party.
That beats me. All right. Well, then.
He's back.
Okay.
But cooler, Amy, is the fact that one of the kids in the hall lives across the park from you.
Yes, I saw him at the local convenience store called the Little Bee one
Which
night.
one? Which one? Which one?
Mark McKinney.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
he's
And where
superstar.
I used to live, Scott Thompson lived in the building next to that one, so I would see him sometimes at the local convenience store too.
Hey.
I've met all of them at some point. I mean, Toronto is a big city and not
It
such a
is.
big city, but yeah.
Jimmy is really beating this dead horse. Yes,
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Not everyone is going to be able to work from home, Jimmy. I get it. I get it, man.
Come on the show, buddy. Come on the show.
Yeah.
I was
There you go.
I work right downtown across from the convention center, and we share a food court and a sort of parkette with the CBC, and the people, like, I run into David Suzuki, which that won't mean any, but like Rick Mercer, who does.
Okay, we have no clue what's
No,
going
but
on here.
if you check out like Rick Mercer talking to Americans, it's the best. It's the best. Because
what is so special?
Because he got a state governor to congratulate Canada on transitioning to metric time.
Huh.
Uh-huh. So, and then, he gets this one lady, like, how many states does Canada have? And she's like trying to figure it out. And her like 8-year-old kid says, Canada has provinces, not states.
Yeah.
So the education system is working. It's just they forget later on. So
There's a whole YouTube series on it. I just Googled it. Oh my gosh, talking to Americans.
all right, Jimmy is killing me. He's got a question for the group.
Oh my God.
Organizational structure and model that business leaders will adopt to maintain safety, collaboration, and productivity. Jimmy, well, you know what? What do you
The
think?
chaos theory.
Okay.
I will say, it's a great time for agility to be there, right? How can you be more agile and nimble and adapt to the changing conditions? Because nobody knows what it's
Right.
going to be. So you have to adapt. So I will say business agility, where and you adapt to whatever situations are out there.
Right.
Well, you're also going to see most organizations finally have to adopt the same type of health and screening that is done at airports. So we're going to have thermal scanners at doors. There may be individual temperature checks. There's now going to have to be HR policies. Risk management will get into it, because if you're required to come into work and you get sick, are you now covered under workers' comp and not your health benefits? These are some issues that we should have been tackling over the last decade. It's not anyone who's watched a movie, none of this is a surprise. So the fact that so many people are surprised lets you know how well humanity does with change.
Yeah, and this is I was one of my team member brought in an app, Esri, who is into geographical information systems. They have released an app saying, okay, all the employees release this app, and anytime you are within 6 feet distance, it's gonna mark you down, and the more you are spending time closer with each other, it's gonna set an alert, and then it will also helps you trace. Let's say one of the individual gets sick, you will be able to see where this individual, who are all the individuals it connected with. So which was like, wow, that's amazing to see that.
They were using all of the technology with phones to track social distancing.
Yeah.
There's an entire website that was downgrading and upgrading states based off of how well they were doing. So the technology's there.
Yeah, and like in-person meetings are over. Everything is going to be a Zoom meeting or a Teams or whatever you use. That's like, you're just going to have people sitting at their computer attending these meetings virtually, and so who cares whether they are in the office or at home or on a beach? Like, who cares?
So
The
Vince,
ones that will be successful, the ones that will be successful, though, are the ones that actually put themselves on camera.
Yes.
The meetings where you're not on camera don't work.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
so
Sorry, Sabi. I just want to, Jen Bedell has shown up, so I'm gonna kick myself out, and I'm just gonna produce, but I'm gonna bring Jen Bedell in for a second here.
Oh, exciting!
So I'll see you guys in a second. I get to be a producer.
Oh, he's feeling fancy now.
You got a new resume.
I'm like Dre, but for StreamYard.
While we're bringing Jen in, I would like to point out, I don't think there's going to be one model. It has to be individualized to the organization, and it should be very flexible. So the idea that companies producing one model, which I think has always been a flaw, especially with companies that have gone agile, you know, it's Scrum only. Well, no, there's lots of variations that you can think about. So, you know, my company has always embraced that. We customize it to what's happening in your organization. One model doesn't work.
It's like getting rid of best practices, right?
Exactly.
There are no more best practices.
There she
Jen
is.
Fidel, what's going on?
Hello, Jen.
Hi, Jen.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
Now I can hear you.
Well, that's weird because I can only hear some of you.
That's because only one of us can talk at this time.
But when Bob's talking, I can't hear him. I can just hear Jamie's reaction to him.
Well, can you hear me now?
I can see it too.
Can you hear me? I'm talking now. She can't hear me.
No.
It looks like Bob's talking. I can't hear him.
Yeah, I was. Someone told me that Bob says hi and I miss you.
Bob says hi and we'll miss you.
I'm gonna try leaving and coming back and see if it works.
Where's
it
our
worked for Jennifer,
producer?
Why you gotta
Yeah,
block
so
me?
that like you
Yeah,
you
producer.
this-
Hello.
I leave the thing and like chaos ensues. So I think Hans was right. Chaos theory is going to win the day because there you go. So Jen's got some technical stuff to work out. We'll bring her back in a second, but that was weird. Being like able to hear you all, but not being able to contribute to the conversation, that hurt a little bit. So
Now you know,
I don't know if I want to do that again.
now you know what it's like to be a ghost. Somebody said that. They said the closest you can come to being a ghost is when you're listening to talk radio and you know the answer that nobody else does, and you're screaming at the radio and they can't hear you.
Said that one too many.
Everything.
Oh,
man.
oh, geez.
So do we have all the people on, Vince?
Well, we've got Jen back. I'm going to try adding her back in, and so let's play some roulette. And
Kick me. You can kick me out for a minute and then
No,
just
it's
bring
okay.
me back.
I'll kick myself out. It's fine. It's all good. All right, we're going to bring Jen back in a second.
I said don't treat me different. I thought he was totally gonna kick me out.
I can hear you.
So Bob's gone. So there you go. Now ask and you shall receive. Like
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, Amy, what you drinking?
Wait,
Oh, look, Bob's back.
I was starting to type a response.
Hans,
Worst
you're back in
show
the bottom
ever.
corner. Yeah, back in the bottom corner here. We are playing roulette. Look at
I
this.
know. I'm feeling very off here.
Oh,
Jen, can you hear me?
Oh, Jimmy's coming in.
I
Very
can
good.
hear you now.
Okay,
I can.
good.
Jimmy is
Okay.
bound and determined to keep us on topic with something
Yeah.
productive according to the conference.
It went by
There is
so quickly.
nothing- There is nothing in the manifesto that said co-location was a physical
Oh, you're in
requirement.
and out now. Wait a minute. I'm gonna try something.
Jen's being
okay,
agile.
yeah. So Jimmy, you're banned from asking questions
Kick him out, buddy.
for the next 30 minutes. Jimmy, like we're trying to drink and have fun here, and you're asking actual business questions. What is wrong with you, my friend?
I would like to respond to that just briefly because
Okay.
having some insider knowledge, and this also goes back to the insider knowledge with Mr. Royce that created Waterfall. What we have to remember is those methodologies were never intended to be literal. They were influenced. And people that take them literal, honestly, you're going to fail. So co-location wasn't saying it had to be there. It was about a level of quality that you were agreeing to. It would enhance the quality of what you're trying to do. So principles are one thing. You know, if you want to follow Scrum to the letter of the law, you're going to get exactly what you're going to get. But if you don't enhance that quality with the right principles, you get less of a response, which is why Waterfall failed so badly, because he said it's a guideline. He literally was quoted as saying, I didn't think anyone would take it literally.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so fail then, because you're stupid. I'm going to say what I want at this point. I got stage 4 cancer. I get to say whatever the heck I want. Come for me. And I'm tired of trying to fix stupid people.
It's more than a full-time job.
So that is the second reference to stupid people, because in my talk earlier, I was on we need to get more analysts into strategic roles, because we have to stop stupid people making decisions that we are built to make. Like, we are able to. Sabi, I know PM, all respect. Like, you're not included in this.
Oh, come on. Don't say
You're not
anything
included.
about PMs, buddy. Come on.
No, I'm saying you're not included. You have my utmost respect. But like, when we talk about like making decisions in business, we can't leave it to people that don't understand how to actually analyze options.
Yeah.
And this is one thing that BAs are really, really good at. And yet we struggle to get into leadership roles. And that was the point of my talk today, which was like, we need to get more BAs into enterprise analysis and strategy and leadership, so that we're the ones making the calls, not stupid people.
Yeah. No, so Vince, I very much agree with you, because I've seen in last many years, number one reason for project failures is not doing good analysis and just building something and later realizing, oh, we didn't do a PM doing an analysis role and not able to successfully deliver to those services. So I agree with you. But the question is, okay, what's that career path looks like for a BA, right? Enterprise architecture, where do they go?
Yeah, so that's one of the things I talked about, right? Like, for years I heard the path was BA, then PM, or Scrum Master, or Senior BA. And so what I'm saying is, we're missing an opportunity to look at that strategic view of the enterprise, and it's the work that I'm doing, and it's like, it is. I was talking to Danelkis, who you guys might know from IIBA, because I did a webinar for them last week, and she did this type of work too. And it was like, once you understand how to apply business analysis at the enterprise level, there is no going back, because you see how everything fits together, and it's fascinating. You don't want to go back. You don't want to go back to just facilitating a workshop, because you see the bigger picture. Right. And so it is amazing, but not enough of us are doing that.
The missing piece for me, it's leadership, and it's the choice to become a leader, to step out and take the risk and go where that advances you. Any BA, any PM could be CEO, but you've got to build your leadership and communication skills. I just spent an hour today working with somebody who wanted to know, how do they manage conflict in their organization? There you go. Right. You need to step up and be a leader. Nobody else is going to fix your problems. You need to have these conversations. Well, I don't want to. Then they're not going to get fixed.
Yeah.
Right.
And IT leaders are usually just keep it to themselves. They don't want to, go out and build those relationships. Just go and give me the task and I will do it, right? Give me a code, I will do it. Give me the requirements, I will do it. But it's much more than just doing the analysis. It's all about building that trust, ability to handle those conflicts, ability to build that relationship, which helps you push you into that leadership roles.
Was nobody at my session today? Because this is a recreation of that. I said all this stuff. So
there's the other component to that, though, too, because leadership is a part of it, but the natural progression for a BA is architecture, because architecture is all fundamentally founded in business analysis. I mean, the first thing you learn in architecture is a value stream map, which is strategic, and people don't understand it. I mean, I teach it all the time, and these lower level BAs, they're like, I don't get it. They're like, that's not a process. I'm like, it is a process. It just only has 3 steps or 5, but business architecture is something that a lot of companies don't embrace. And companies that do, you're starting to see a movement of these BAs being promoted up into architecture. And they learn a lot of leadership skills when they get to that level. But the system thinking component is what you really need there.
Do you guys always feel, I used to say the drug dealer analogy, but I thought that was a little too dark and went with the Costco analogy, to where a lot of times the good analysts, so whether BA, architect, whatever, it's kind of like you got to give the sample, like you got to do something and show it to them, and they go, wow, that was really good, you did awesome, we need more of that, that's great. And then it's like, okay, great, buy the whole cart full, buy, like the Costco sample, here's your sample, now go buy 6 truckfuls of it, and go hire the whole team. Versus like, just telling someone, no, it's really good, you should have it, and they go, yes. I felt like I was a drug dealer. I had to get you hooked with a sample. I didn't tell you what was in it.
Jamie, that's what I was saying. We're on a session where, it is drinking and whatnot. And I just laid cancer on, several hundreds of people. So if you can't give me a drug dealer analogy, I'm beyond it.
Well, that's what we are. I told someone, I was like, we are the crack. The analysts are the good analysts are the crack. You get a sample, you get a taste, you get that high of getting like all this stuff done. And then so what do? You want more. You're hooked. You're trying to hire more. You're getting the whole team. Vince, you're getting like bigger, you want bigger ideas. And that's where it goes versus it's not like, here's a nice, and even like project managers, they get some sense of project manager, program manager, portfolio manager. They see a little bit of logistical sense to going. And we don't have that necessarily because you can go these areas by like to Hans. You're helping what the organization needs help with. And not every organization needs A, B, and C. Some need A and D and F and X and Z.
And I think it's all in how you promote it. But I'm just going to say, I'm a whole lot of crack. By the way, Vince, I have to know, because I got the question in my keynote, who is your favorite Avenger?
Oh, that's a good one. Favorite Avenger? Not Captain America. I'm going to do this process of elimination style. He's a little bit too goody-goody for me.
Captain Canada.
No.
A real character in Marvel. No. Thank you very much.
Oh, I know. Well,
really?
Did you know that Wolverine is Canadian? Yes. And before he joined the X-Men, he was part of a Canadian superhero group called Alpha Flight.
Yep.
Who had their head office, their headquarters underneath Parliament in Ottawa. So check it out. I'm not making it up. Who's my favorite Avenger?
Who has the first edition of that comic book?
I don't know, but whoever does, I want it.
Does.
I would have to go with I don't know, like Thor. Maybe Thor. Like just he's the god of lightning. And that
he didn't watch your presentation.
No, that's the thing. So I went with Thor also, but my reasons are a little different. He's really strong. He's really funny, and he's really hot. He's hot.
Yeah,
I mean,
I can agree with those.
I can say confidently, hey, Chris Hemsworth and Thor, good-looking dude.
Well, yeah. I mean, come on.
I was once walking down the street in Madrid. With my wife and my brother-in-law, and we were joking about celebrities and stuff. And then my brother-in-law was like, "Hey, there's Antonio Banderas." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, whatever." And we look over, and there he is.
Antonio
Banderas.
Oh, Antonio.
You know what? And we did one of these. I went like this, and he went.
You gave him a sup?
I gave him a what's up, like, hey, dude, I know you. But I'm not gonna come and fanboy you.
No.
You know what? Good looking dude. Antonio Banderas, good looking dude.
Yeah.
Didn't give him
Thor has one other thing. Who else gets to go home across a rainbow bridge?
Also, is that more for Bob than for me, or?
No, it's all inclusive.
Okay.
All colors of the rainbow. One of the best entryways to a kingdom ever. Guarded by Heimdall? I mean, come on.
Who's blind and yet sees everything?
The Big Bang. I love it.
Yes.
When I meet stars, I don't get to meet the really, like Antonio Banderas and things like that. I end up meeting Patti LuPone or Faibush Finkel, which most of you will not know who he is.
I have no clue.
He's a kind of like a B actor. He's a character actor. And he was in The Drowsy Chaperone on Broadway. He played one of the people on the New Fantasy Island 10 years ago. Eddie Hubert is his another name. His real name is Faibush Finkel, but Eddie Hubert is his acting name. And so it's after the show, and I'm walking down the street. And I'm like, "Hey, Five-ish," and I just kept walking. He got all startled because he's like, "Who the heck knows my name?"
Although your meeting with George Takei happened to that's like a hallmark moment.
Yeah.
Twice I've met George.
Is it twice now?
Oh, you're on a first name basis now. It's George.
We are,
Hey,
and
George.
actually, we're gonna double date at some point because we got
Nice.
your husband as well. So all four of us were
Wow.
at the conference. So for
Oh,
Amy's
that's
last
cool.
birthday, we went to this big Comic Con type conference where George was at, and we got a signed autograph, and we got a little video talking to him. And so I think, what was it? Oops, I did it again. Was that it, Amy?
How he signed it, or from the video?
Or was it happy birthday again? Something like that.
It was something like that. It's at the office, and I haven't been there for 2 months, and I should really bring it home and hang it on my wall here. I love it so much. And I have accompanying video that goes with it as well.
So he's really, honestly, an amazingly nice individual. I would put it on the same level as Joan Rivers, which Amy and I have both met. Just the nicest woman in the world. George the same way. Really caring and giving and care about people, taking time to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't care how long the lines were. They just kept talking.
You met George Takei the first time, though, when we were supposed to have gone to see his Broadway production. I couldn't make it. And then the following year, you went to see something else with Paul, and you were standing in line at the bar and recognized his voice behind you and turned around and
Was it at Hamilton?
Forced him.
No, it was a different show. But I literally turned around and I go, George. Because I knew it was his voice. Because he's got that voice. It's so unique, you can't mistake it.
Oh my!
And then I said, George, I hate to do this to you, and he says, but you're going to do it anyway. And I had him record a happy birthday video for Amy that year.
Yes, he did.
Nice.
And then Hans made sure she didn't leave the room so she could see it.
Skulk out of the keynote room right after the introductions. No, you have to stay and watch this. He's added new things.
And Amy's like, why? Why do I got to see this cocked a keynote again?
I told her she'd never get her phone back if she left.
That was awesome.
Those are the days. Now I got to figure out how I topped that, Amy.
I'm sorry?
I got to figure out how I topped that.
Oh, you've topped it. Please.
I'm gonna like start up a GoFundMe so all you guys can donate so we can pay George's fee to get him to show up to a conference.
Oh, there you go.
That would be sweet.
Now, wouldn't that be something? Although he's one of those celebrities, I think he gave out his cell number on Instagram, if I'm not mistaken.
Did he?
Let's give him a call. Hey, wouldn't that be fun?
Call him right now.
See? Right now.
Right now. Get him on the show.
Yeah.
Oh, I need his number. Hey George, what's going on?
I know it was on Instagram. And
No, our producer's yelling at us. Our producer says this isn't appropriate. I don't know, how fast can he kick us off? You know, he left us alone in here. The cat's away, the mice will play.
That's right.
Yeah, but he has the control panel.
Yeah, he has the
I'm
control.
still here. Like just because I'm not saying anything doesn't mean I'm not here.
Yeah.
So Jamie's the one who said we can do anything we want. Well, Jamie, now you're in purgatory. So what's up?
Poor Jamie's gone, a video drone. She's back.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, great, Bob's singing. That doesn't sound like that's very enthusiastic.
Oh my gosh. I have George Takei's phone number right now.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
You need to text it to me.
Get him. Maybe you can get him for APC.
Yeah,
That
text
draws
it to me.
enough.
Can you just call? Should I just call and see if he answers?
You don't know till you try, right?
Here, I'll just put the phone number out loud, and Bob, you can do it.
Okay. Another great big no.
Think about who was that? Sabby was saying, "Be brave." It's like, Bob,
What's the number?
this to you.
Text it to him because too many people on this,
Yeah,
and it'll be on YouTube.
It's not like he gave me his private number to dance club. It's on his Twitter bio.
And Abe says,
Ah.
seriously.
But I'll send it to you.
Yeah, send it to me. I mean,
Okay, well, while Amy figures that out, if she gets George, we'll bring her in.
Guys, do
until
you
then,
see we have behavior standards here now? We have behavior standards. Otherwise, you get kicked out of the cool kids group.
Yeah.
Listen,
Look at this.
I'm
You get a
trying to
timeout.
get LinkedIn Live, and the more you stream, the better. I can't have a harassment suit against me, from George Takei. Like,
The rest of us, sure, but not him.
Yeah, the rest of you guys, I'm not so worried. But all right, let's see. Amy looked excited.
You back to me, man.
Guess who just got bumped from the fall schedule?
Sorry, Vince. It seems that I have way too many sessions and workshops. Oops. My bad.
Oh, why doesn't your name tag have a drink ticket? Funny, that should happen.
Oh,
Do you guys want to see my latest project?
oh, he is?
This is my latest project right here.
Hey, there
Oh,
he
she's holding up
is.
the puppy.
hello, baby.
Oh,
Get a hold of the puppies.
he doesn't want to sit still. I'm just randomly taking things out of his mouth every now and then throughout this entire conversation. That's my sole purpose in life right now, is taking things out of his mouth.
So everyone listening, this is why you want to come to a live event and come to the fall events. The social, the sessions, this is the engagement. This is why we're all hooked on Amy's conferences. It's because you meet the best people. You've seen a sampling of some of them in the virtual. It is even more fun. We usually go out and do stuff afterwards. So this is what makes it great. And to answer Kathy's picture, this is the festival in Washington, D.C., the Cherry Blossom Festival. I'm just mixing around. Every time the subject changes, I'm changing my background.
How many backgrounds you have, buddy?
Installed, like 30 or so.
Wow.
I can go anything from zombie apocalypse all the way to graffiti in Toronto.
Do you have Star Wars?
I don't have any loaded.
Huh.
I have Apocalypse.
You have Spaceballs.
Do you have Thor?
I don't.
Yeah, did you have Thor? Oh.
Yes, that's Oscar the puppet.
Yes, that is Oscar.
There's Spaceballs. All right. I like Spaceballs.
Yeah, those
Love
good.
that reference.
So I have Vince's, we were supposed to play it last night, Vince's promo video for the events. You've all seen those, right?
Yeah.
I probably haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't seen it.
Oh,
Yeah, is
it's
it?
called a promotional video on a shoestring?
I haven't seen it. Come on.
You would ever.
Oh, we gotta play it, so then it's on.
Yeah, share it,
recorded live.
please.
Do that, go share screen.
Yeah, let's put it.
Okay, share screen. Share screen. I'm like the biggest Luddite ever. No. I need a I don't have my monitor hooked up. It doesn't look like I can do it. Application window.
There's a little
So
share
while Amy's
screen
doing
button.
that for Eileen, I'm using ChromaCam. It'll actually intercept your video camera, and on any streaming web conferencing, it gives you the ability to swap out backgrounds.
I found it. Okay. Well, then let's go right back to the beginning. Can you see it?
Not yet. Vince said send it to me. He can play it. He's the producer. He has all the. Oh yeah, it is
You're
coming.
good.
Yep.
That Project World
Hold on, let's start from the beginning.
Orlando is by far the best educational experience that you will have this year, next year, and every year to follow.
Hit it again from the beginning since you couldn't catch the.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Without a doubt, there is no question in my mind that Project World Orlando is by far the educational experience that you will have this year, next year, and every year to follow.
I think you needed one more, Orlando kind of moment. It needed two of them.
So what they did, each one of these videos has Vince dubbed in with every different city, horribly dubbed in, and it's
Yeah,
wonderful.
I took Amy out for a second because I just want to explain. Like, we then recorded a number of city names, like from Vancouver, Leningrad, Rome. I just started naming cities because you never know. So we did about 20 of them that all you need to do is dub in the name of the city and it's ready to roll. So free promo, yo.
Nice.
It's awesome.
That was funny stuff. Good times. Good times.
So
Where did Jen go?
Hey, Amy, I was talking with Vince
she blacked
earlier,
out. I'm
and
here.
he told me that there were like 1,000 folks registered for the conference. That's amazing. Congratulations.
Oh, closer to 1,500.
Woohoo!
Woo!
Yeah, what we did.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, and the thing is, so you look at these things and you probably get a 50% verification rate. But I think the highest amount of people we had in a single session was close to 800. So,
wow.
We had over 700 in ours.
I had 750 this morning. So yeah, like that's.
You had good turnout. Yeah, I was really impressed.
Yeah, that was awesome. And you know what? Like, I still hope like some people take me up on the offer and like get into that enterprise analysis course, because like it's unlike anything I've ever seen, and that's why I did it. So yeah.
Cool.
All right. Well, I'll say my aloha here because I'm gonna have to run. I still have a full work day. It's not just pure Pauhana time. No poo-poos yet, Vince.
It's 11 o'clock. No poo-poos. You don't have poo-poos till 5 o'clock. That's when poo-poos happen.
Well, yes.
Aloha.
Well, Jamie, always a pleasure. I think we killed it this afternoon. So
we had fun.
We had fun, man. We had fun. So, and that's all that
Did
matters.
my reference to you guys? Did you see that reference, Jamie?
Yes, I did. Thank you. I watched the session. I appreciated that. Thank you. You and Jen was great about it and stuff. So, and we called out Hans. We referenced Hans. So thank you for your session yesterday.
I'm always here to be a bad example or the before picture in any workout video.
Free license on that one, right?
What happens when you don't get sunlight?
Hiding in the bunkers. It's okay. Some of us do it. No, good guys. Virtual hugs to everybody. We hug and kiss. So, mwah, mwah. Yes, thank you.
Awesome.
Rock. And I will see
soon.
you soon. Aloha.
See you, Jamie.
Birthday wishes, Jamie.
Thank you.
And then there were 5.
No, back to 6.
And me.
Oh,
I'm still here.
No, Jen's back.
Jen's back.
Jamie took herself out, so I accidentally clicked Bob out, but I brought him back right away. And now you and Bob are neighbors.
Each other.
So
where the
there
heck
you go.
is Hans now?
Hans is right above you.
No. His
That is
back.
the Korean War Memorial in DC.
We went to the Vietnam one when we were there last year. Very, very powerful.
Amy, do you feel this?
What do you
Reach
do?
out, Amy. Touch him. Touch him, Amy.
I'm
No, to your right. To your right.
I'm pouring
right.
drink on your head.
You're right. The other right. The other right.
I don't know what to do. What?
There you go. Oh, there you go.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh, now I see what we're doing. Okay, let's try.
Yes, we are gonna go in for this. Mwah.
They go the
We
right
went the wrong direction.
way.
It gets really awkward when I go up.
Yeah,
We'll leave it there.
Where's my hands?
Oh, geez, Sabi, are you feeling?
Now you could. Now this is what it feels like to work for Jim Henson's studio.
Reaching out,
reaching up and making Sabi's mouth talk.
When Jimmy Goddard come back.
No, Kathy. Jimmy's banned.
Sabi, what do you think about? I can't do it. It's too wrong.
Oh man,
that was worth coming on to this just for that.
Well, there we go. All right. Well, we've got like 5 minutes left. I'm gonna give like a little bit of time to each of you. What was the best part about the last 2 days? And what are you most looking forward to doing once we get into the new normal? Sabi, we'll start with you, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. The biggest concern which I had was because most of my talks are, I love people. I love to, do high fives, do a lot of activities with them. So I was really, really, really nervous, like how I am going to pivot to the online thing and still able to engage my audience. But I think I am 80% there. I still lack 20%. So, but overall, I'm feeling good. I think I can pass on that energy to the audience and they can feel it, which is super awesome. I enjoyed it, man.
Awesome.
Super awesome day.
Awesome. And anything you're looking forward to? What's the thing you're looking forward to doing first when we come out of lockdown?
Man, I need to come out and speak in front of people.
Oh wow! I was gonna go get a burger, but okay.
You can still get burgers here. We can still get burgers here. The restaurants are open, so we can still do that.
They're in Canada. They actually follow instructions.
Yeah, we listen when people say stay home. We're not so concerned with liberty.
We throw block parties.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. So get out and speak. I feed off the audience too, so I'm looking forward to that too. But I get you, Hans, and then we'll go round the corner, around the bend.
I thought it was exciting to see, this has been a stressful time. It's been a lot of adjustment. People have been coping, but to see this many people come out and participate and to get engaged and not only the questions that were popping up in the feed, but the conversations as people were helping each other out. Yeah. That's what's so great about the community, and to see what we see in the events come in an online format and come together so well. Like, hats off to Amy and pulling this together. Hopefully this is the start of many of these until we can get back together, and even after, this was great. So I was excited to see so many people take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Amy, you're next.
You know what? I'm going to agree with Hans on what he said. I'll tell you, when I was putting together the program, I thought, people are probably so webinared out or virtual conferenced out that maybe we would have, I don't know, maybe 300 people register. We never expected to have close to 1,500 people register. Yeah, so that was something else. That was fantastic. And, it's to see you guys, to see our speaker roster. I mean, you're so influential. You're so knowledgeable. You're so charismatic and engaging. It's like, why wouldn't they shell out $25?
Oh, when I sent it to the folks at work, there was actually another dude on the team who was like, "This, to get access to these people normally costs thousands of dollars."
Yeah, that's how much I pay to talk to Bob.
Yeah,
I know. Every time too. Like, enough, but like
the environment out here right now, so many people have lost their jobs. So many people, they're not able to expense stuff. It's like, just make it really price approachable. The money was spent to buy the new platforms. We switched from WebEx to Zoom, and so we just wanted to cover our costs on that.
Yeah.
And
and like he was advocating, like, you guys are almost stupid if you don't sign up for this, especially with the early bird, like $25 to like do it, just sign up, even if you don't show up, like, do it.
The amazing part was, I have one of my family friend, and they live like about an hour ago, and she was on my seminar, and I had no clue. She had nothing to do with project management, and today she said, "Hey, I'm attending Sabi's seminar." I was like, mind blowing. and how everything got connected. So, which was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I was looking at the comments.
APC people on there too. We included them in it as well. If people don't know what APC is, it's the Administrative Professionals Conference of Canada, and it's an annual event we run in Toronto. But the trajectory on many of their career paths is to become a project manager.
Yeah.
But not all the sessions weren't really that. They were like, it was applicable to anyone. So it was exciting to see.
Yeah. And globally too. Like I was looking at the comments afterwards, and like Portugal, Nigeria, Australia, down the street from me, and like Richmond Hill. Like it was amazing. It was amazing. So, Bob,
what was the question again?
So I know we've all had a few. What was the thing over the last couple days that you enjoyed the most, and what are you most looking forward to when we get into, when you can go back out again?
Well, so I've got a twofold on the first part, because for me, the thing I always enjoy is the fact that there's connectivity before this, and people are sharing things on LinkedIn, and there's all this little network, and so we would text each other and stuff. So that's always cool for me, because I think it's important as speakers, as thought leaders, to have that connection. And it allows us then to also have fun in our sessions, where you and Jamie called out Hans, I called out you and Jamie, and people make those connections. And we should have more of that, because I think that follow through shows that connectivity and how strong we are as an organization, or just as a community.
As a team, as a community, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. On a personal note, I was just very pleased to, I guess, get this off my chest and have it received as well as it was, because those kind of things can backfire.
Sure.
And honestly, I was worried about that. I didn't know if, like, all of a sudden, 200 people would just click off, because, so it's always about, in your mind, you play things out. And again, my whole point is, don't treat me any different. I'm going to show you how to make positive change, no matter what kind of position you're in.
Yeah.
This is not what defines. This is what defines us.
Yeah.
How we work together as humans.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And before we go to Jen, you have my absolute assurance I will continue to annoy you forever. Like,
and the first thing I want to do when this is all said and done, whether it's Disney World or Paris or just Toronto, or not Paris, Texas. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
I just want all of us together.
Yeah.
I need that family that I built up, and I need to see everyone. We need to have that moment.
Yeah.
So
that's and Jen Batten, who was on yesterday. So we, I found out earlier this year I had already made all my travel plans for Orlando, and then they got blown up. And so when given the opportunity, of course I would take an extra day, because we're going and we're building droids.
Yes.
Right? Like, I think the three of us, we're building a droid. Yep. And, to me, it was like, well, how can I not do that? It's such a small, I'll put in quotes, price to pay to go and hang out for a day and just like do something fun.
Yeah.
So
we might even find the droids we've been looking for.
We might find the droids that we're looking for. Jen Bedell. Let's you get the final word, Jen Bedell.
I get the final word.
You get the final word. What did you enjoy about the last 2 days, and what are you most looking forward to out of this?
I'm going to skip the first half of the question, because I unfortunately was not able to attend any of the other sessions.
Me neither.
Oh, good. Okay, phew. But actually, what I will say is I did enjoy having people from all over the world, though. That was really awesome. The expanded audience and the chat happening, even though I couldn't actually see the chat window while I was presenting. It was nice to know that people were interacting, and it was really cool. What I'm looking forward to is this in person. I feel way better about my everything after I've had the opportunity to hang out with you guys, and we have those chats that are kind of meant to be just for fun after it, but they always turn to business talk, and I always learn something from you guys, and that's outside of sessions that I might be attending at the conference. So that's what I'm most looking forward to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And Jimmy made sure that we would try to learn something.
Oh my God, Jimmy! Honestly, like the dude is always on. Switch off for a second. Just have a drink. Okay. So we're gonna end the broadcast now. You guys don't have to go away, but we're gonna cut the broadcast. And if anyone wants to know more about you, they can get in touch with me, and I'll connect you guys. But thank you,
but like for
Sabi, Hans, Amy, Bob, Jen, for being on this special edition of Analysts After Work. You guys are awesome. I can't wait till we do get to hang out in person. But thank you very much for joining me today.
Thanks for
absolutely. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks for hosting, Vince. Bye-bye.